But the fact that they still don't have that franchise quarterback and Mahomes is sitting right there. Deshaun Watson was the guy, I admit. Deshaun Watson's the guy I wanted, and you passed him up. And now, with what he's got going on, probably a good thing you didn't touch him. But you passed up franchise quarterbacks. And here we are entering training camp on Wednesday, and we're going to walk out that practice field thinking, who's it going to be? Trey Lance or Sam Darnold? Or is Brock Purdy actually going to be ready for week one?
That's my big we got the doc. I got so many thoughts on the doc because I haven't had a chance to share it with you. But, let's go to the Niners real quick because I don't know how many people have seen the quarterback Netflix thing. Is Brock Purdy going to be on the small field like Jimmy G was last year?
Baby field?
Is he?
Maybe.
Does anyone know? Is he in California?
He was in Florida yesterday, according to Instagram.
So are you following him? I don't follow him.
It pops up.
Gotcha.
Stuff. It's like stuff for you.
Yeah, reels.
And I know on your phone it's a lot of IG models. On my phone it's a lot of boxing and a lot of football.
Drills.
Yeah, it's a lot of football.
Baseball drills.
It's a lot of football and it's a lot of boxing and it's a lot of hoops and Trey Lance. And I saw that he was in Florida. That's it. But I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be ready week one.
Purdy's going to. Okay, so I'm imagining what's going to look like. It feels like to me you're going to get split reps between Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. And what's going to be different about this year in training camp that it was not there last year is that obviously splitting the reps is important. But you're going to have Deebo Samuel from the beginning. And I think that matters. Yeah. You're going to have Christian McCaffrey from the beginning. And I think that matters. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, all right, from an offensive point of view, you're going up against what I believe to be, personnel-wise, a top 2 or 3 defense in the league. Mm-hmm. I think this is a great test for both young quarterbacks. Put Brock to the side, because like I said, I don't know where he's at. For both Sam Darnold and Trey Lance, this is a great opportunity to hone their craft and show themselves something.
But I don't want to make any sweeping judgments on these guys when you're going up against a top 3 defense in the league.
Yeah, I want to see him move the ball.
Because last year when I was in Europe, I was reading, oh boy, Trey Lance has been very inconsistent. Well, come to find out, he was practicing against the best defense in the NFL. Well, he's not going to struggle.
There's 11 on 11s, and then there's individual drills. Right. There's lots that we can break down.
There's 7 on 7. Yes. There's 1-on-1s.
Yes.
There's drills by yourself, and then there's drills against the defense. Now, if you're going to struggle in 11 on 11s, then you know what? You're going up against the number 1 defense again. You're getting the best reps you could possibly get against the top defense in the league, and you're trying to move the ball against guys like Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. Okay, you're going to struggle. Tom Brady, did you see him struggle against that defense?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Tua Tagovailoa struggle at times? Dak Prescott, you name it. So
Gino.
That's, to me, Trey Lance got all the reps last year as a number 1. This year he's going to get the split reps. I don't like that.
Why?
I don't like that. He needs all the reps he could get.
Yeah, but last year you were saying that you wanted him to compete.
No. What I wanted was, I did in a sense, but I wanted him to get the number 1 reps. Mm-hmm. It's 2 different things here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care about Jimmy G coming back. A lot of people are like, oh, let him compete. I said, well, let him compete. Trey Lance is going to beat out Jimmy G. Trey Lance, quietly, I thought, beat him out his rookie year.
So then why should he be worried about splitting reps with Darnold now?
I don't want him to split reps with Darnold now.
I
just think,
earning your spot, but he the did top last spot year. Or the second spot or the third spot. I think there is something to be said for earning it.
My thing is, we're really going to waste reps on Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
That's my point. We're really going to waste reps on Sam Darnold.
Well, as last year was evident, you need all these guys.
Yeah.
May the best man win.
May the best. We're really going to waste reps on Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Are we really talking ourselves into Sam Darnold?
No, I'm not talking myself into it. I'm just not closing the door on it. To me, I think it's an option. I'm not high on that option. I want to see it and let my eyeballs tell me if it looks the part or not.
All right, let's go to Austin in the Bay Area. He wants to chime in on this conversation.
Hi,
what's up, Austin?
Yo, good much. Hey, I want to say this, man. How many teams Sam Darnold go get on to show what he has? I'm not into seeing that. He's just a backup, a security blanket or whatnot. I'm intrigued to see what Trey Lance got going. He never had a fair shot at the playbook. I hope Shanahan opened up that playbook up for him so he can actually be a quarterback and let the natural ability for him to run open up for themselves. That's all I got. Let's go Trey Lance, team.
What did you make of Kyle Shanahan's quotes on the NFL Network?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to go there.
For those that haven't heard
do we have that sound, by the way? See if we can pull that sound up. Because I thought it was very, very interesting. The quarterback spot ain't set in stone is basically what he said. I saw that and said, "Oh, it's not."
Did Mark Willard lose his mind?
Be careful. Talk about Mark Willard. He's listening right now. Leave Mark Willard out of this. Mark Willard just wants the Niners to win. Don't you just want the Niners to win?
Oh, I do, yeah. No, but he really, 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 really thinks that Brock Purdy's the man, which I think a lot of Niner fans do.
He's the leader of the clubhouse right now, right?
He should be.
But this is
He
what
had a great year last year.
This is what Shanahan said on NFL Network.
This is going to be a must-see training camp because it seems like every day you got 3 guys with something to prove behind center.
I mean, we got 3 guys who can play, and there's only one spot, and we have a good team. So I see it as a cool situation. And as last year we had some unknown. We believed in Trey, but he hadn't gone out and done it yet. So, but we believed in him. We got to see him for a year and a half and what he could do, and he lost that opportunity, which happens in football. And we had another guy come in, very similar to Trey, but less reps and stuff, and Brock got that opportunity. So now we're in this situation, and it's just, I get how everyone wants something set in stone, but it's not set in stone. But I love the options and I love the experience that Brock got. I love that Trey has gotten some too, and I love the ability that we have in the room. And besides those 3, I love our team around them. So let's let it play out, and all I got to do is survive the press conference.
Survive the press conference.
Can you imagine me talking to Michelle tonight for dinner? Hey, we can go Mexican, we can go Italian, we can go Chinese. It's a cool situation. Go any one of the 3. Hey,
that's your first turnaround joke of the week, by the way.
The Giants don't know who their number 3 starter is.
Oh, he didn't have any turnaround jokes last week?
I couldn't. There was no one to turn around to.
No, who was on the board?
Sam, and he was so uptight.
Well, who else was on the board?
And that was it. Well, then
Cam,
guys came in late.
Killer Cam.
For the record,
John.
I was as loose as ever last week, so let's make sure we're getting the right narrative here.
Cutting that. I was facing him the whole time, so that's why Shasky didn't need to turn around. So,
and it wasn't even, let's see, and that's the problem.
Well, I'm not done.
Now, my King of the Hill. The King of the Hill rankings, 7 things I will not miss.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, I said that you turning around looking at the glass over a corny joke. Yeah. That's number 3 on my list. A lot of people said it should have been number 1.
Well, it's
a lot of
part
people
of the
can't
show.
stand it. No, and a lot of people are like, yo, dude, why joke's not funny?
But, could you imagine Gabe Kapler? We don't know who our number 3 starter is right now, but it's a cool story.
Well, they don't know their number 3 starter. They don't.
But that's how the Niners feel like right now with their quarterback.
No, and then the whole Chinese, Mexican, Ed and I do that every night. Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese.
Well, last night
I'm on a soda diet, so I can't do anything.
I ordered sushi.
SOTAweightloss.com.
I ordered sushi from Grubhub, and she happened. She was on the phone, whatever. I was like, I'm just gonna order because I was really hungry, and I didn't order the right sushi, and it was a big mess.
some of these fees, by the way, outrageous.
Unbelievable.
You got to go get sushi. You can't deliver sushi. That's not.
It's pretty quick.
Not it. But delivered sushi.
House of Fusion.
You got to go to the sushi spot and pick it up and then bring it home. I'd rather do that because that's where you get it fresh.
Well,
and I let Etta handle all the sushi orders. Because she knows what I like. She handles the sushi orders. No, I do that. I don't know what goes on in your household, buddy.
You gonna mention that publicly?
I'm not gonna get an iron thrown at me. Hey, chop sushi. No, you don't do that.
Iron thrown at you. That could hurt you.
Man, I'm saying, you gotta be respectful.
Was that the Shield? Where was the one where he threw the guy's face on the burner? That was the Shield, right?
No, that was Snowfall.
Was it Snowfall?
Franklin Saint.
Well, they did that in another show too.
Oh, well, I remember Franklin Saint. Dude was like, "You want to cook? Then cook."
Oh, that's right. That was at the end. Yes, that's right.
I miss Franklin Saint. 888-957-9570. What storylines are you looking forward to at training camp? What storylines? You know what I'm looking forward to? I want to ask David Lombardi in 10 minutes from The Athletic. He's going to join us. Does a great job covering the Niners. A lot of people, it feels like, you can't have Ayuk and Debo on the team. You can't pay them all.
Why?
That's my question. Why not? Why wouldn't you want these playmakers? You got homegrown playmakers. Why wouldn't you want to pay Ayuk and keep them here?
Especially with the television deals coming up again.
Right.
And they're going to make more money, and the cap's going to explode.
Yeah.
Why? We do this weird thing where we start counting money 5 years down the line.
You do it all the time. What are you talking about?
No, I
do it all the time.
There's a difference between
You're always
revenue,
in Joe Laco's pockets, man. Joe
current
Laco's like,
revenue.
I'm paying money.
Okay.
Always in his pockets. 650. Shanahan was just doing coach speak when he was talking about the quarterbacks. I don't know. I think Shanahan does. Don't you think the Niners want Trey Lance to work out? They traded 3 picks for him.
Well, in their heart of hearts, yeah, they would love for it to work out.
Because if it doesn't work out, that could go down as one of the biggest blunders in draft history.
Yes, but it would be offset if Brock turns into what they also think Brock is.
Do they really think Brock is a franchise quarterback?
If he didn't get hurt, I really believe that this offseason would have went down very differently.
Why? You think Trey would have been somewhere else?
I don't know necessarily that Trey would have been somewhere else. I just think it would have been a monumental offseason for Brock Purdy, working with the wide receivers, working with the coach. Like right now, having to rehab as opposed to study the playbook, build synergy, all those things, like that's going to set him back.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's go to Clark the Shark. Clark the Shark? Man, it's a who's who today.
Hey, brother Vontae, good to see you back. Hey, and Joe's always good. A couple of Joes did a pretty good job when you were gone, but it's just not the same without you, brother.
Leave Spadoni alone. Spadoni did a great job. Hell, I thought Spadoni was going to take my job. Go ahead, Clark the Shark.
Anyway, just talking about Purdy, I think Purdy is going to get the job. Come on, you guys. He looked so good. If his arm's okay, I think he's okay. If they keep Trey Lance, I think that he'll get his chance, though, and we'll see. It's interesting that you had a big blunder with Solomon Thomas. Now, if Trey Lance goes down and he doesn't work, that's too bad marks on your record there. But I'm really happy. I think the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl.
There it is, Clark the Shark, Myrtle Beach, Super Bowl champs, 49ers. Now, he talked about blunders in the draft. Well, it's not just Solomon Thomas. The verdict's out on Trey Lance. Nick Bosa's home run hitter. I think Brandon Ayuk been a very good pick. Very good pick. Kinlaw? Mike McGlinchey? Already gone. Reuben Foster? Out of the league. They've had some blunders in the top end of the draft. They've made up for it by having good third-round picks, fourth-round picks, fifth-round picks, sixth-round picks. They've made up for it. But boy, if Trey Lance doesn't work out, this is going down in history. This has to work out for them. Like the more and more I think about it, what they gave up to move up for that pick in number 3 overall, to take Trey Lance after all the quarterbacks they've gone through or talked about or passed up or not traded for. This would be bad, Chasky.
Remember when Colin Kaepernick took the Niners to the Super Bowl and came in halfway through the year?
Yeah. Second round pick.
Were there people as skeptical as they were? Like, were there people skeptical in real time, especially because they made a quarterback decision regarding?
They were very skeptical of Kaepernick,
even though he advanced to the Super Bowl.
He was I think people were very skeptical.
Whose body of work was more impressive? What Kaepernick did that year or what Brock did last year?
Kaepernick. To me, personally.
Do you know that Kaepernick threw for more yards?
Yes, absolutely.
Ran for clearly more yards.
Absolutely.
His playoff performances were more excellent.
Yep.
Multiple.
Yep.
And I'm not knocking Purdy at all. I mean, Kaepernick was a comet. He was a lightning. I just find it interesting that we had so many people super skeptical of Colin Kaepernick, and he backed that up with a 12-4 season with a lot of stats that would be the best that the 49ers had in 10 years at the quarterback position. And yet it still felt like there were a lot of skeptics on there.
There was a lot of skeptics.
So why is it a negative for me to be like, I loved what Brock Purdy did?
Who said it was a negative?
Well, I feel like a lot of people are like, you're hating. And I'm not hating. I'm like, hey, I just want to see him do it again. I really believe in the guy, but I'm a little skeptical. And Kaepernick was not coming off of an injury as devastating as the Brock Purdy injury.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I see a lot of parallels.
Yeah, no, because Kaepernick did get, and it was Alex Smith because he was a nice guy, and I think that's what it was, because we got to know Alex Smith, and Alex Smith was a nice guy, and he was a member of the community, so people got, they felt bad for him when he got a spot took, because the spot was taken when he suffered a concussion. He was playing his best football. Brock Purdy took over for Jimmy G, where, let's face it, this fan base, overall, we kind of out on Jimmy G, and we didn't know about Trey Lance. So Brock comes in out of nowhere, and he's a 7th-round pick, the last pick of the NFL draft. So you got the Cinderella story to it. Mm-hmm. The whole Cinderella Man, I was watching that over the weekend. Russell Crowe, great movie.
Ooh, good call.
Jim Braddock. It was a great story. Brock Purdy being that underdog, that's what gravitated people towards him. this last pick. Why do people love Tom Brady at first?
Yeah.
6th-round draft pick.
That's a good point.
So let's talk to David Lombardi.
I mean, Kaepernick almost doubled Brock Purdy's stats. Now, granted, he got the extra game in,
right.
But like you just look at the yards,
There's
passing,
no
the running. I'm talking about in the playoffs in particular. Kaepernick's playoff, I think we've forgotten how great he was in the Green Bay and then the Atlanta game, and then what he did in the second half of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he threw for over 300 in the Super Bowl, man. Cap was sick. He's out of the league.